Well, my traditional name is Wanekanu Pasquale Mosewin, which means pushing buffalo. My hereditary name is George Lepine. I'm from Treaty 1 territory, which is about central Canada, better known as Manitoba, currently now. And I now reside in Toronto, and I teach Okichitaw, which is an Indigenous combat system based on the Plains-Cree concepts. And so the territory would be in the central area of the Northern Plains.
Why bother?
Well, I think it's important, and you know, one of the reasons I had to do this was because my, you know, the Elders Council and community leaders told me that I had to do it. See, so that's another thing too, right? So it's one of those things when I brought this to their attention many years ago about structuring the concept of Okichitaw, because we weren't like that. We couldn't practice the same way as we did historically. It was all proved in battle concepts, so it's a very different thing. So when I developed the structure for it, I was looking for buy-in, and obviously I was looking for support, and the community greatly supported me on doing this, particularly the older traditional folks, because they said that it's important that we do this to ensure that, you know, this history is never lost, and that it empowers our youth, right? Because we talk about that all the time, about that seventh generation, that is important to make sure that they carry on these traditions. But I remember when I wasn't really being clear on what I was asking, and they said, well, you're asking us if we're going to do this? We're not going to do this. You're going to do this. That's, you know, literally how, and sometimes the elders can be pretty tough that way. They, you know, everyone thinks that they're easy going and stuff like that. Oh no, I've had some community elders that they're hard, man. A lot of these guys are former veterans too, right? So they're like old soldiers, you know. And so it's the comment came back from them saying, we're not going to do it, you're going to do it. And so, you know, I basically got those marching orders. And you know, one of the reasons why I do it, it's the passion, to be honest with you. It's something that's within you that gives you that fire and that drive to make sure that you're going, I want to share this. And you know, I'm literally the last one, you know, because my father's passed away. You know, my 4 or 5 uncles that taught me this. You know, the aunties are up there now. They're not, you know, really, they're in long-term care. They're not all there now, and so, you know, at my responsibility is to ensure that I'm sharing this widely as possible, and doing things like this, just sharing this with you, because historically we never really recorded anything other than through our stories and some lithographs and some hide paintings that we did, you know, and some of those things, and even the syllabus to some extent, you know, with that we could write some of these things, but to literally have that manual of our history, a lot of times it was written by someone else.
What senses do you and your martial arts appeal to most?
Yeah, I think the physical side, definitely, the spiritual side, you know, those two are really tapped into, because remember that, you know, we do also do mitzvah, which is kind of like a sage and ceremony. You know, when we start class, we cleanse a room and things of that nature. There's a lot of little elements a part of what we do. And also that brings that energy down from that craziness of the city when someone's starting to train and things like that. So you have to do that. But I would say that, you know, we encourage art through your own personal form of expression, whether it could be music, painting, work, family, all these different things are all a part of that. But what we do is we provide a platform where you can actually test your physical applications, providing education and cultural knowledge on certain things, and then techniques and tactics, right? And some of those applications, you know, will push your body. So then there's that concept of physical development, emotional development, and you know, to some extent, I'll say spiritual too, because some people are also searching for that as well, right? They're really searching for that, and that's both in and outside of our Indigenous community that we're seeing that nowadays, especially now more than ever. Tansei, I'd like to share the song with you. It's known as Becky Waywin. Becky Waywin in our language means the act of coming home. Hope you enjoy this.
language.